Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Reiner, your host of the Independent Doctors of Pahrump, a TV show that airs Monday night on Channel 46. I want to remind you that I am a practicing physician in Pahrump, and I'm an independent practitioner, which means I am not bought by any insurance company or corporate medicine. We provide the highest level of care. We have nurse practitioners. We have other physicians, specialists who come to our office. Please come visit me. I'm at 1316 East Calvada here in the heart of Pahrump. Thank you. We're back, and Craig was talking about sciatica.
Hey, John, it's Creig again.
Yes.
So what you need to do is you need to alternate heat and ice on your back to get the inflammation out of the nerve root.
Yes, it's the right side of my back and right down to my leg and all the way to my feet.
Okay, so you pinched that nerve in your back pretty good. And I'll tell you what, is there any way that you could get over to the office tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't have any transportation, but I'll try to get over there.
If you come over, we'll just take the time to get you some relief, and we'll do it on us, okay?
Yes, sir. Bill's a very good doctor. He's been my doctor since he started here.
Yeah.
And he can only do so much.
Well, this is a mechanical problem. You can, we can take X-rays of your back and see the pathology, and we can.
All right. Well, I have healthcare partners. Do you accept that?
Yeah. You know what? We're going to take care of you anyway. Back to your X-ray, though. We can stack pills on that X-ray to the ceiling.
All right.
But we have to change the dynamics of the X-ray. We have to move some things around to take the pressure off of the nerve. So the medication is effective for the pain.
Doctor, that I can't even bend over.
Well, come on in tomorrow. We'll fix that.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, doctor.
We'll take care of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, healthcare partners, and they might be able to refer them to, physical therapy, but that's part of this open enrollment period, again, which we should bring up, in that Healthcare Partners is a independent physicians association, but it really isn't. I mean, it's an IPA umbrella. So all their doctors are under one thing. They own the clinics, they own the doctors, and so you have to get your services under that umbrella. That's how they control everything.
The other thing is less is better with those guys. The less they have to do, the more money they make. So.
Yes. Yeah, they get paid by basically. They have to cover the first $30,000 of the health care bill of each person in that IPA. Mm-hmm. And then after that, if they spend more than that, then Humana comes in and picks it up, okay? So when you go to sign up with Humana here, they will not let you sign up with Humana out of Kentucky, which is Humana Gold, that gives you the right to see, you could see me under Humana Gold. They could see you under Humana Gold. But because they get paid as an insurance agent to put them into Humana, they don't let you do that. And Humana wants you to be under the IPA because, what they want to do is they want to bonus the IPA. The IPA wants to make that bonus, and that's how Healthcare Partners has such a big conglomerate. So. But they have a lot of patients. They advertise well. They bought out all those practices, and they have a lot of patients. And I'm only one practitioner. There's only so many people I can see in a day, and you wait a long time to see me. But I try and take my time with you.
One of the things we do at the Wellness Center, that Dr. Reiner and I do at the Wellness Centers, for the veterans, because we know how tough it is for you guys to get the things that you need. We will never make it a hardship on you to come by and get what you need to get back up on your feet. So I invite you to come by, and we will do whatever we can to help you.
Yeah, you always have room in your training circuit to
there's
fit
always
an extra patient in there. Ray, you're calling again. Good.
Yeah, Doc, whatever happened to homeschooling? This is what gets me. All these kids are on medication because they're in school. And I mean, when I saw that report that Chuck Augustine gave me, I was just completely outraged that these kids are being forced. They're starting them out as drug addicts. That's what they're doing. We're wondering why we got problems 15 years later with kids in drug court filled up. They got 100 people in drug court. They're doing that. What happened to homeschooling? That should be the answer to a lot of this stuff. There was one woman who lost her kid to Ritalin, and she said, if I would have known that this stuff was dangerous, she said, I would have homeschooled my kid. And so the idea comes to mind, why don't more parents do that? You know, I know not everybody can, but they should make an attempt, because this is very important. Because the drug culture right now is now created by a lot of kids getting started early. They think it's okay to take the pills, and then they get into the oxys, and they get into the morphine, and start shooting up heroin, and all this is because they're actually started in the school system. Do you see it that way or not?
Well, I can't disagree with you, Ray. I think one of the reasons you don't see more homeschooling is you have both parents in the house working to try to support the family, where you didn't have that years ago. So homeschooling isn't an option.
Well, I think where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, I don't disagree with
Well,
you.
I think the way is charter school. I think the
I do
way
too.
is the voucher system, and to break the school districts down. But because there's such a big lobby, and because of the teacher unions and everything of that nature, I mean, it's a political machine all unto itself.
Huge money.
And so another reason to vote for, Donnie here, because, I mean, you've got to break that. Teachers that teach that are good, I mean, they get rewarded, but I mean, how do you break the inner cities by allowing those kids to go to a better school? And then, so now there's competition in the school, and so schools will compete for students and offering the better education. I mean, would you want to go to the Harvard of junior high school, or would you want to go to the community college, which is, much less? Community college serves a purpose for the working person that's to work at night. At least you get an education, but at least you get a start, and that start can whatever. I see a bigger problem is work ethic today. I mean, I try and hire people in my office and anywhere, but I mean, it's very difficult to find people that want to work and that are work aggressive. I mean, you do find them, but they go far really fast.
And they usually don't last. They move on.
They move on because somebody picks them up. So I see, if we don't have a meteor, if we don't have some catastrophic event, I see our country heading towards a total meltdown with lack of services. Not being able to get somebody out to do the job that you need to do. And things come to a grinding halt when you can't get the plumber to come out because nobody wants to work, or because they get everything that they do. I just see it all kind of coming to a grinding halt because nobody wants to do anything anymore. I mean, I work 2 or 3 jobs. I'm always going, and that's just what I do. But some people are content to work just enough to do nothing and stay home and watch TV. So,
well, when you talk about work ethic, when I was 16 years old, my first job paid 65 cents an hour. I was a dishwasher, 65 cents an hour. And at that time, 65 in 1962. But I was determined that I was going to retire early, and that's what it was. I just kept working, and at the age of 34, I was able to do it. Mainly because I got involved in real estate when I got stood up at the altar back in '76. But nevertheless, it was the work ethic saying, I'm going to retire early. So I was fortunate enough to do that. And like you say, maybe it's gone from the new generation, maybe with all the the Facebook and all the iPads and everything. They just don't have the ambition or whatever. But you got a good point. And you guys had a good show tonight, and I was kidding Noah. I says, I'm going to see if I can get you guys to sing happy birthday to him, but I ain't going to push the envelope that far.
Thanks, Ray.
Because we don't sing very well.
Have a good night.
Yeah, yeah. But if I'd have known, I'd have gotten a cake or something. But Hillary will say happy birthday for you. So yeah, he's smiling in the background. Well, we got a few minutes left. So you know, let me just say a little bit about this schooling thing. The other thing I want to say is being a parent and watching kids go through that. It's just really hard. They're either motivated or they're not motivated, but there's nothing to motivate children today. They get everything they want.
When you were in school, I had teachers that motivated me.
Yeah.
I had teachers that pushed me. I had teachers that pulled me. I had teachers that cared.
Right. And they're hard to find today. They're hard to find. But you know, Ray, you talked about, we got Amy. Amy, we got just a couple of minutes left.
Hi, Ray. I heard what Ray was talking about, the ADHD. I've done a lot of research on electromagnetic energy and fields, and they contribute a lot of the technology that the kids are using today toward these kinds of emotional or mental issues. How do you feel about that, and can you comment on it?
I think that's probably correct. Haven't read the research, but if you look at people that use cell phones a lot and they have that, they get the tumors and they get a lot of. They've been tried to link, even though they poo-poo that idea. But there's no doubt that it probably does alter a lot of electrical currents. So, and we are really an electrical current. So, I would say there's probably some truth to it. How much, I don't know, but the visual stimulation and the lack of talking to people and the isolation and all that other stuff can make a big difference.
There's absolutely no social skills.
Yeah.
No social skills.
No, zero. And it's not good what's coming down the road. I just don't know how it all finally, melts down. But these children today, I mean, there are some that separated, but we may have this huge dichotomy split between those that are able to handle the technology and those that can't handle the technology and can't break away from it. Make it work for you or make it consume you. And I don't know which person you are. But we're out of time. Thanks for all the callers. Good show. And
excellent show. Thank you, Pahrump.
Yep. And we'll talk to you next week. Thank you.
Bye.